Hey, glad you're tuning back in. More Age of Empires here. Gonna be continuing our games as the Chinese, and we're up against Biku Dinho, playing as the Holy Roman Empire, and we're here on Dry Arabia. It's a very open map. Maybe I'll take advantage of those gunpowder turrets, but to be honest, I don't think I'm going to be the one playing defensively. Going up against the Holy Roman Empire, you need to think aggressive. When I would play as the Abbasid, it was fairly easy to put on feudal pressure as the Abbasid. You would get siege engineering for free, you could build rams really quickly, and camel archers were really good at dealing with spearmen and man-at-arms. So if my opponent would make a barracks, it'd feel really good. We could usually win out in the feudal age. But as the Chinese, I'm not so sure. Let's say I go Song Dynasty and I get my Zhugnu, the repeater crossbowman. That's a cool, unique unit, but they are terrible against units with high armor. So if my opponent just made a handful of horsemen or really man-at-arms, we would just lose out. What we're really going to need is a strong castle age. If my opponent ends up going for a fast castle, we need to be okay with being a little behind, with basically aging up slower than them. And we have to play with confidence that we are already ahead. We're going to see relics get snatched up off the map. We're going to see probably going to see knights coming from my opponent early on and just crushing my units. But we have to be confident that we're getting an economic advantage. So how are we going to get those economic advantages? Well, one way we're going to do it is by getting wheelbarrow very quickly. So we'll probably see wheelbarrow queued up here in a moment. Yep, there it is. And it's being supervised, so this will be very quick. And we're parking our scout right here, and boom, there's an outpost. My opponent's gathered up wood rather than making a military structure. It looks like he's just going for an outpost. And I'm glad I've got my scout around to see this. He makes it to the feudal age. Now all of his, it looks like his gold miners need to move over a little bit. But yeah, this Aachen chapel is now inspiring all of these villagers. He's going to very quickly get to the castle age. The question is he going to put down more outposts? Is he going to put down a military structure? But let's take a look at the layout of his base. He hasn't gone for the berries. He's pretty much just getting sheep. The gold has 5 villagers on it, and they can retreat into this outpost. And the wood line, he doesn't actually care all that much about. He's willing to pull his villagers from the wood line, but they're pretty much protected by the town center. I mean, any units trying to harass in there are going to get shot by the town center. I don't think this is a very harassable situation. Like, I don't think we can get villager kills here. Looks like he has put a mill down here, but it's just one villager gathering. And by the time he moves his villagers over to these berries, he's probably going to have enough to make it to the castle age. You can see the current resources. They're piling up. Oh, he's got 4 villagers over here. Okay. Fortunately, we've got our scouts nearby, and I know he's going to want to go for all this juicy food up here. Look at all these deer, these berries. So we're trying to keep watch. Looks like, yeah, he's getting the mill or the wheelbarrow as well. I think he had some excess gold, but yeah, look, he's almost up to the castle age. Meanwhile, I've decided to go with a strong feudal age by getting the Song Dynasty and a second town center. We're just going to put the Barbican here. It'll secure these berries, the other side of this wood line, and this gold. And the town center, I like the position here. We can retreat. I mean, we've pretty much got access to these berries, this stone, and this gold. So I like what we're doing here. But now we need to watch and see what my opponent's doing. Is he just going to go straight castle age? So we're kind of zipping around with our scouts, trying to look for when that Regnitz or the Burgrave is going to go down. If it's a Burgrave, we need to militarize immediately. We'll probably switch a ton of villagers over to wood. We'll supervise this lumber camp. Oh, looks like we drew his scouts in. I think I can use my villagers to just swarm them. Yep. Can we surround this scout? We might just be able to. But the gunpowder turrets. Oh, even the Barbican getting involved. Nice. It's a Regnitz, and it's going up quick. This scout, really fortunate we have him here. I think we lost our other scout, actually. Okay. Very important moment here. We recognize the Regnitz. He is going to be going for relics on the map. This one down here is very close. He's probably going to get it. But let's try and secure this center one, this one down here, and this is how we're going to secure it, with just a quick wall up. Yep, we're doing it over here. We'll probably do one up here as well. I don't like spending the wood. I really need it for a barracks because he's probably going to put down a stables, but until we see what unit he's going to go, we might as well put walls up. And our villagers can build walls very quickly. Chinese get a build bonus, so I mean, these structures go up so quick. So it looks like we're securing this one. I don't see a prelate. Over here, oh, there's already a prelate. And he got the relic. We're just going to abandon our idea here. We'll let him take that one. Looks like he's already grabbed this one. So that's 2 relics down. Let's try to prevent a third from being taken. This wall up is almost done, and we'll get started on this one with this other villager. Need to keep being active with this scout. We want to find out if he's going with any military structures. We're going to assume stables and just put down a barracks blindly. But we are almost up to the castle age. While he sprinted for the castle age, we've gone a bit more of a sustainable path there. And man, did we get there quickly. The bonus gold from the Imperial Academy, I mean, the mill was just generating so much in taxes. At this point, we're just waiting for a little bit more gold to trickle in so that we can put down our astronomical clock tower. And this triggers for a second, this sacred site. That means a prelate is heading this way, and so I decide with my villager to quickly just tap away at the walls just a little bit, just to get them so that they block a unit's path, because his prelate is about to show up, and there he is. He can't attack. So even these like barely built walls are preventing him. Look at that. He cannot get in. Great. But we know what's coming here. A knight. Gonna lose the villager. Fair enough. He's gonna come around and start attacking this wall. Oh, he's going for this really injured wall. Very smart. I don't even know how he clicked that. Oh, there it is. Does destroying that let the prelate in? Let's see. Oh, wow. Yeah, it just knocks it all down. Down here, yeah, he's trying to go through, but those are all built. Okay, there he grabs the relic, but I'm going to send spearmen out that way to see if we can't do something about it. And look, we find his other prelate trying to grab this relic. He's not going to get home, though. These 2 spearmen are going to stab him down. And we're looking for that other prelate. We want to know where he ran off to with that relic. I thought he went this way, but it's hard to tell. Yeah, we're just going to stab this prelate down, and we'll send our spearmen this way. And we're prioritizing the upgrade to veterancy, and we're supervising the barracks, because we need units from it now. Spearmen show up. If he wants to engage with the knights, he could probably win this engagement, but he's choosing to back off. And if he had engaged, our upgrade would have finished, and we would have been able to take him on. Yep, now we've got the upgrade. There's a villager there. Okay. Looks like we could still build a villager. Oh, or a imperial official. And look what my scout finds. I'm glad I'm being active with this scout. We find all these villagers gathering up deer. So now I'm rallying my spearmen down there because I know that we need to prevent this from going on. We cannot let him just get free food off the map. Yeah, he's got knights, but that's all he's got. If we just flood this area with spearmen, we can do pretty well. But yeah, that's a lot of food that he's going to be snatching up really quickly. So we need to, I need to send all of these units over there right now. Glad to see all this military production went down. Looks like 3 archery ranges, 2 barracks, and we've got our astronomical clock tower. Resource-wise, that's a lot of wood coming in, a lot of food. Let's check out income. Yeah, he's at no food. He's desperate for food because he used up all of his sheep. These berries are all gone. He's pretty much pivoted over here. So that's his only food source. We need to go and prevent it. I am ahead in income in every regard, but he's probably going to keep going for these relics. Need to prevent that. That'll give him more income. And we have to stop him from getting the food. Oh, look at that. The relic got snatched up. It's right down here. That wolf was chasing the prelate. Ugh. He drew my units away. But we're not here for the... I mean, we are trying to defend the relics, but this one seems pretty safe. This one's on our side. We need to get these units down over here, killing his villagers, or at least preventing them from gathering food. And the reason we really wanted to prevent all that food from being gathered is because he needs that food to skip up to the Imperial Age with the Palace of Swabia. I see villagers, I start chasing them, and there's the Palace of Swabia. This thing produces villagers so quickly. So my opponent is playing full greed. We're rushing in. We're going to try and get some villager kills while we're here, but the arrow fire from this town center is going to be very painful. But we'll stab what we can down, and yep, here come his knights. I'm happy to engage with them. We've got the right unit composition. Yep. Yeah, he's going to retreat with the knights. I'm just going to pull up a little bit with my troops, and I'm realizing, okay, we found a target. This is what we're going after. My castle age is just going to be dedicated to destroying this landmark. How are we going to do it? Well, I've already started planning how to do it. I'm going to get a clock tower trebuchet. We've actually made a nest of bees. We need to rally that over here. All of our rally points are probably, yeah, they're all just going to be right here because we do not want this Palace of Swabia going, or just producing. We have pushed him away from this food. We should check to see if there's villagers over here. Let's check his food income. He's probably, yeah, he's not got much food income, but I believe the Palace of Swabia produces villagers at a discount. And there's that gold income advantage that he's got from those relics. There's not much we can do about that. Got more troops rallying. Trebuchet's on the move. Nest of Bees is on the move. Blacksmith is built. Siege engineering is being researched, and we're going to turbo it out using our Imperial Official. With some spare gold, maybe we'll grab some upgrades as well. There's the siege engineering. We have wood available. Let's throw down some rams and start threatening the Palace of Swabia. Unit composition I'm liking. And oh, I really like this, bringing some villagers forward. The villagers can put down outposts. They can also repair the siege units that we bring to the front lines. And something that I think I should have done here is built a little bit of walls. When you have siege units, it's nice to just jam them into like a little corner here. Like, I know he's got villagers on this wood line. Why don't we just build a wall here, and just wedge the nest of bees right here? And then we just throw some spearmen in there. I'd love to see some knights or horsemen try to get in there. Oh, the nest of bees is firing on his villagers. That did a lot of damage. Gotta love the AoE damage. Keep firing, keep firing. Yes, they're clumped. They're clumped. Oh, big shots right there. That's huge. Gonna slow things down here. I'm coming forward with my units, but it was a bait. They're going, his knights are slipping through this little wood line here, and he's coming for my siege units. The crossbowmen, fortunately, are still taking shots, and my units are getting on top of his knights, but they can just swarm my siege units way too quickly. His villagers are going to burn down my battering rams, but I say, okay, we'll put our ranged units over here. We'll bring some of our melee units back. We're going to kill villagers as much as we can. Yeah, we lose the trebuchet, but look what's here. Another one. We had enough income. I mean, we've still got spare wood and gold. We can just make more trebuchets. And look at all the villagers coming forward. I wish we still had that nest of bees, but look at how many villagers we're killing here. His military is decimated. The knights are all dead. We've still got the trebuchet firing. And now we're starting to get, yep, a spring-all emplacement on this outpost, another spring-all emplacement on this one. I've managed to keep my villagers alive, and I'm just having them put down more defensive buildings for us to kind of set up our siege underneath. We killed so many villagers there, but it won't matter as long as the Palace of Swabia is up. Just look at it produce villagers. Fortunately, we're killing them the moment they come out, and with this final shot, yeah. The Palace of Swabia is down, and we're picking up all these extra villagers down here as well. But now what? We've destroyed the Palace of Swabia, we've killed off a ton of his villagers, but now he's coming forward with some very strong units. These elite knights, they're fully upgraded. He decided to go with the upgrade for them. So we need more spearmen, we need more crossbowmen. I'm glad to see the trebuchet still firing, but it really needs to come over here where there's more defensive structures. I think when I use trebuchets, I think that I need to destroy key structures, but truly it's just about keeping your trebuchet alive and firing at something. I mean, it rips through houses. Oh no, it didn't have vision of this stable. I had it attack this stable. Or no, maybe I had it attack the town center, but it's coming way too far forward. All these villagers here could attack it and destroy it. Yep, it didn't have vision of the stables. Ugh, and I need to bring these units down. Oh well. Glad to see more battering rams being made. We could probably have the battering ram take out a lot of these houses. Shame we lost the trebuchet. The trebuchet should have just sat right here, wedged into some walls, and it could have just been firing at these buildings for the next, 2 minutes. So we have to keep that in mind. Siege are very fragile. They need vision, but they work. They force the issue, which is what we want. We're wrapping around his base with units. We don't want to find out that he's been gathering resources somewhere on the map that we didn't know about, because that's what we're supposed to be doing. Oh, more villager kills. We're out here grabbing the boar off the map. We're out here putting stone walls down. It's going to be really hard for him to do any sort of counterattack once we get all these walls up. We're getting more military production. We're getting a monastery. We've got our granary and rice fields coming out. Upgrades are slow, but they're coming along. I'm glad to see at least some upgrades coming through. We've got some ranged armor, some melee attack. That's great. And we're managing our economy really well. We've got a bit too many villagers on wood, but we kind of need the wood to make the transition to farms. Yeah, you can see we're just adding in more and more. And with 5 on stone, I like that. Could maybe have more. Oh, it's supervised. Nice. And weirdly, I still could make 1 more Imperial official. This is a good positioning for the trebuchet. I like this. Hopefully we can just knock down a few structures. I don't care what they are. It should just be destroying things. Yeah, hopefully it moves on to the siege workshop, this archery range. It should be well protected by these outposts and all these units. Should probably prioritize the siege workshop. He could be producing spring alts from it. This was a clever idea from me. I like this. outpost and then a stone wall on the backside of his base just to prevent any kind of wraparounds from him. Okay, bringing a Springald forward. It's a little scary. We've got our own Springald. Oh, he has 3 over here. Whoa, did not see these at all. Our towers are trying to trade back. Dealt good damage there. But yeah, that was frustrating. He's got enough Springalds to prevent me from coming forward with battering rams, with trebuchets. So the game's kind of going longer. But we're grabbing up relics, getting upgrades, and look at the economy coming through. This is what you want to see as a Chinese player. It feels so satisfying when you finally get all this up. You just know the game's yours. If we look at income, we're just way ahead. I think I'm going to speed things up because after we destroyed this Palace of Swabia and killed all those villagers, it felt like the game was ours. Now I just have to make sure I don't make a misplay. Running into his defensive structures, making sure I know what unit composition he's going. And with a few spearmen, we can find out. Looks like it's mostly, yep, cavalry, Springalds, crossbowmen. Probably a good choice of units. I shouldn't go Palace Guards because of all his crossbowmen. My own crossbowmen won't be that effective. I'm trying to decide what units would actually work out here. And I'm realizing that more than anything, I probably just need some some archers. Archers and Jugnu. So I think I'm going to make a pivot here soon. Definitely going to want the veterancy upgrade for each of those units, and then we'll just swarm him with range units. Because his crossbowmen just won't be effective versus my light-ranged units. So here we're kind of posturing. He's got great vision because of this relic-boosted outpost. Holy Roman Empire can put relics in their outposts, and it'll increase the armor, increase the damage, increase the sight range, increase the weapon range. So you can see the Clock Tower Nest of Bees gets a blast out on the crossbowman, but then it just dies to the Springalds. But his cavalry are already dead, and now it's just my melee units on top of his crossbowmen. And my crossbowmen just tearing into them. He has no upgrades. We've got some ranged armor, some melee attack, just what we need for this matchup. And on the sides, we're even getting the Springalds. The fact of the matter is, my crossbowmen and archers remain untouched, whereas he's losing everything. Yeah, our melee armies are pretty much disappearing, but my ranged army is staying alive. And look at that. We've even got another nest of bees. So now that we're just trading crossbowmen for crossbowmen, I'm realizing, okay, let's get those archers, let's get those Jugnu down here, because they'll be very effective. And with my ranged units surviving, I'm just going to move into his farmlands. Yep, he's going to retreat, but we'll just move in further. Oh, yeah, they're trying to come back, but if they come within range of this ball, they're going down. There's the veterancy upgrades, and yeah, there's all the archers and Jugnu coming out. Yeah, we're just mowing down villagers here. Look, they can't all fit in the town center. Ouch. Oh, they're not even in the town center. Oh, the Holy Roman Empire Imperial Age town center is so pretty. Wow, look at the ornate buildings on that. That's so cool. Opponent wisely getting a few trebuchets and just siege units in general. I like seeing that. Definitely need them against the Chinese or the Abbasid. So I like seeing that. Don't skimp on the siege workshop. We make it to the Imperial Age with the Spirit Way. Now when these Jugnu die, all my units will get healed and get a little attack buff. But yeah, we're just putting his base to the flame. It was a good game. I'm glad that when the Castle Age hit and the relics started getting snapped up off the map, I'm glad I went with this walling strategy. It was probably all that I could really do. But the biggest play was identifying this food grouping here sending units there quickly, and then building outposts here to then set up a siege line to knock down this Palace of Swabia. This was his win condition, and I'm glad that we targeted it. He was going to win the game if this thing stood for maybe 2 or 3 minutes. So I'm glad we got our trebuchet over there, our rams over there. And yeah, we could have played it better, but I think it went really well. We killed a lot of villagers in that fight. Anyway, this was a great game. Hoping to get more just like it. See you for them.